Hope you guys enjoyed that cool little montage I threw together for you guys of my physical setup. And now we're going to work and review the virtual setup. Basically, my 3 monitors and what I have on them during the trading day. So let's get right into it. Also, I'm going to be going over my indicators, what indicators I use near the end. So starting off, we have 3 charts on my main monitor. We have a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and a daily chart. And this is my main monitor. This is where the magic happens. I keep active trader open. I have the buy buttons, the sell buttons. I do not use hotkeys. I just use the buy and sell buttons. On the 5 minute chart, I keep the time and sales open, which is this black bar right here. Nothing's going on. Market's closed, so nothing's showing. We have the level 2 and news. I find that news is important because whenever you quickly pull up a stock, I want to see if there's a catalyst. So if something's moving, most of the time it has a catalyst, and I want to see that catalyst because sometimes it's funky news. I don't know if it's that great of news. Most of the time when I'm looking at stocks, I like catalysts. And keep in mind that just because the time and sales are on the 5 minute and the level 2 is on the 5 minute, they're not correlated to the 5 minute. They're correlated to real-time data. So it's based off like the 1 minute chart, like it refreshes every second. So it's not like refreshing every 5 minutes. Personal preference, I have it over here because I want just to quickly be able to see the 1 minute chart and quickly be able to click the buy and sell buttons. So let's go to the second monitor. Second monitor, we have 8 separate charts, and basically they're all 1 minute charts. And what I do is pre-market, I look at my trade ideas scanner and pick my top 8 picks, throw them up on each one up, and basically just watch for 1 minute setups. If something's setting up, like for example, let's find a good one. Didn't really do much trading on Friday, so this is from Friday. Let's just look at AMTX. So we're going AMTX. And let's just say it's currently 9:54. We're looking at this single chart right here, and it's 9:54. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh wow, it made a really nice spike in the morning, came down, held VWAP, broke below VWAP. But people, they bought it up, held VWAP. Now it's consolidating very nicely. So what I'll do is, let's go back to the main monitor. Just go and type in the ticker to further analyze it. So my ThinkorSwim is being very slow right now, but let's just pretend everything's loading. And because I saw it on my mini 1 minute chart, I pull it up. I'm like, oh wow, this is looking great. This is great. Oh my gosh. And I might take position. And I mostly just pay attention to my second monitor because I like being able to see all the stocks moving at once. If I'm not really focusing on one, keep in mind that. If I'm not focusing, if I don't have like a top pick, because usually right at market open, I will just watch all those charts because I don't have a specific stock that I'm like, oh God, oh yeah, this is it. This is the mover for the day. I'm watching, I'm waiting to see where all the volume is and where the movement is happening. So that's my second chart, and let's go the third screen, the final screen. Basically just a media screen, sorry. We have Discord open, multi-trading, the best. And then we have a notepad. I basically just write down all of my pre-market watches on my notepad. I write down why I like it, what the news is, what the chart is telling me, and I'll also write down quick notes that I think of during market hours if I need to revert back to it. Like maybe if I see a chart pattern forming and there's multiple things going on, I just write myself a quick little note so I can always go back to it. Because there's always stuff happening in the market. You don't want to forget an idea. As hard as that sounds, sometimes it'll happen. You want to write down your ideas. And then I also have right above it just my trade ideas scanner, just physically right there so I can look at it. So let's go over the actual indicators that I use now. And as you guys can tell, there's nothing crazy. It's only just EMAs, VWAP, and volume. And that's all I use. That's my secret. I don't use other indicators. I don't use a lot of crazy things like Ichimoku clouds, CCI index, the Bollinger Bands, Kettler channel. I don't use anything like that. And I have in the past, I have definitely used them in the past, but I find personally that less is more for me. Keep in mind, I'm saying for me. For you guys, if you have a working strategy that uses multiple indicators, go ahead, keep using it. Do what works for you because everyone's different. There's multiple ways to make money in the market. Personally, for me, I know that less is more because when I introduce a lot of different indicators, I overthink things and I'll just wait for everything to align. And when you have a lot of indicators, it's hard for everything to align. So I just stick to the basics. I use volume to basically confirm price. When there's a big spike, you can see a big spike in volume, and I like seeing that. I'm like, all right, there's movers, people in there. I use the EMA lines basically as support and resistance levels, and the VWAP, again, another support and resistance level. It also helps me determine if a stock's bullish or bearish, well, if I'm bullish or bearish on it. And I use the 8 EMA, 20 EMA, 50 EMA, and 200 EMA, along with VWAP and just volume. That's my chart. That's it. And yeah, basically just went over everything. Each chart is the same. They're all the same same exact EMAs. Whatever you see is on this chart, same exact color scheme, exact EMAs on this chart, same with this chart. And yeah, that's my setup. So try to make this really quick for you guys. I just want to go over my setup, basically show you guys if you guys wanted to see what I use. I know I get questions, I get DMs about it. Hey, what's your setup look like? Like, I just figure I'd make a video on it. And you guys can either use it, you can add to it. I'd say add to it. It's just some ideas of what you can do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys.